Welcome to Handsome Soul Stories, where we meet the beautiful writers behind the books. I'm your host, Vanessa Krchova. In each episode, I sit down with an author to explore the truth behind their words and the soul behind the journey. Let's dive in. Welcome, everyone. I'm very grateful to welcome Simon Jongenotter to our Handsome Soul Stories podcast. Simon is a New Earth custodian based in Bali. He's a co-creator of the New Earth and co-founder of delicious vegan place and community hub Zest Ubud. And he's also a founder of a beautiful place, New Earth School in Bali, which I was privileged to visit in 2020, where we met. And he has also written a book called Finding My Soulplate.
This is life in Bali. This is my dog Moscow. He's barking at the friendly guy who's giving me internet access. He doesn't understand that. Moscow, you don't understand that we are on this podcast because of him. Don't bark at him. He's our friend. So Moscow is a Kintamani dog. They have so much wolf inside of them. He's pretty much half a wolf. He howls at the full moon. He's incredibly protective over me. So you might hear him bark a little bit throughout this podcast. But hey, this is part of life.
I love it. Bring a spirit in. That's the best.
Yes. He's a big spirit. Yes. Yes, he's a big spirit.
Well, let's go straight into your book then. Finding My Soulplate is your wonderful book that I was blessed to design. Your book is about your transformational journey and also the connection to food, to earth, and how the relationship with food can also change our relationship with ourselves, with each other, and empower our lives. What called you to write this book?
What called me? God, who knows? What calls you to wake up at 3 o'clock in the morning, right? And just cannot sleep. And just this is on my mind. I believe that true creativity is the voice of the divine that wants to express itself through us. And it's our duty to show up for this voice in a very unconditional way. It's very heart-centered. It's very brutal. And so there was no agenda. There's no drive in me that I want to be famous or an author or that I think I should make money and therefore I should write books. It was just not to say that any of those reasons are wrong, by the way. Just for me, it was not that. There's just some deeper, it's really a pain inside of me. It's really a pain to see so much suffering in the world. It's really a pain to see so many of us deceived by big food companies and governmental dietary advice. To see so many of us disconnected from the delicious, sacred ways of nature. And I was remembering a lot of these things whilst living in the rural Bali, in the Bali silent retreat for many years. I was living on this land every day, growing food on this land. And it was as if by being on this land, I was reconfiguring, I was reestablishing this deep connection to the earth. And I was remembering things about that were come through me. And the way I expressed that to the public was through food. So, when you cook for people, they tend to listen to you. So I think it was part of the divine game plan for me to become a chef and write a cookbook. But ultimately, this is supposed to go beyond that. Hoping that with my message, I can inspire people to remember just how beautiful Mother Earth is. The earth that we are a part of, obviously, how divinely perfect it is, she is. And that includes her very own bodies, which are part of this. And they're so self-functioning, self-healing and intelligence. And I think it's by foundationally coming back to that understanding that the house start falling into place. And that's why because people basically always ask me for recipes. They love my food. They wanted recipes. So in the end, I gave in and I put 25 of recipes into that book. But really what this book is about is where you can read between the recipes, where you can read between the lines. That is really, more important. Isn't that right, Moscow? He's not very vegan himself, by the way.
And I love that experience in New Earth, where it was really the connection to the food and the way that the food is energy as well, and the way we treat what we take in then. And I would notice how you guys must talk to the trees almost and really bless the earth, and that's what then we receive. It's a very different energy than when you, of course, just get something in a supermarket or just randomly chop the pineapple. I remember that story of just gracefully chop your pineapple. put your love into it, and that's what you then receive when you eat it.
Did I give you a hard time for cutting a
No,
pineapple the wrong way?
not me. I was just observing someone else.
I don't know what it is with me and pineapples. Because they take so much time to grow, you see. They take a year and a half in a forest garden. And then when someone comes in and they're not completely one with the pineapple as they are preparing this pineapple for eating, I get a little upset because they cut half the pineapple away. I'm like, do you understand how much time it took to grow? Can you cut this pineapple in half and look at the sacred geometrical patterns that we're playing around with here? So I do have a bit of fire around people. And I have this in our restaurant too. When people are not respecting food, I get a little fiery. And I think that's part of the pain. You see, like that food is really such a sacred gift that is here for us. There's an abundance of food for everyone on earth today. There's just no question. The fact that people are going hungry is ludicrous. It's completely unnecessary. It's completely by design. It's unnecessary.
Do you find that reflects how we treat ourselves? So when people don't respect the food, they ultimately don't respect themselves.
And you want to dive deep into that, you can trace it back to when we left the Garden of Eden, so to speak. Yeah, it's sort of when I envision and that once upon a time we have lived more or less in harmony with Earth, on Earth, in a family unit, in a family setting, likely before our modern agricultural era, where instead of considering us to be guardians and belonging to the land, we strayed away from that sacred relationship with the land and with the earth, and we transitioned to a land ownership and a class system that is based on grain agriculture. And it really breaks the family unit on a really deep level. And it's like the father starts giving its protective and providing energy instead of giving it directly to the family, start giving it to, let's say, a corporation or another institution. And family starts being deprived of this masculine energy, and then the feminine gets overwhelmed and starts contracting and going into her distorted sort of behaviors and patterns. And this gets passed on from generation to generation. And before you know it, like you look at today, you get kids being raised on iPads and eating fast food and spending a lot of time away from the parents in other situations where they're not being nourished. So the wounds just by default that occur because of this system are going to go really deep. And yes, when that's under the surface, when it's bleeding, you're going to see that on the surface, the way we treat ourselves, the way we eat, but truly the way we care for each other, because we've built such a deep-seated belief that we're not lovable, that we're not worthy of nourishment. And that's the ultimate wound, which can happen. Let that sink in, and we can dive deeper into that if you like, relating it to my own journey of personal healing that I've been on here in Bali. And it all starts with with the mother wounds that we all carry. And then once we start healing the mother wound, it also starts reflecting in our relationship to Mother Earth, right? So there's a lot there that we could dive into, but it might be a nice little introduction.
Thank you for that. So when you talk about going back to the book, because as you say, this is another podcast episode to dive into the mother wound. Honestly, it's
Yes,
so
let's do that. Yeah.
powerful and it's so needed to be expressed, I find. So, but as you say, it's a big topic. Going back to your writing process, how was that for you?
It's good you keep me in check a little bit because I go all directions. So the writing process really came to me that I was about to go on a pilgrimage. There's a really defining moment in my life in 2021 where I went on this pilgrimage, and I had this strong feeling like before I leave, I want this book to be solid. And so I moved to the seaside here in Bali, and I dedicated 2 months that now I'm going to write this book. It became very strong for me. And all the years of things that I built, bang, in 2 months, I put it all on digital paper. I even bought a little tablet type of thing because I only had a phone to write this thing. And then I wanted to publish it. Now, I can't remember how you and Maddie very beautifully showed up. And whilst I was on my bicycle cycling from the Netherlands to Portugal on the Santiago de Compostela pilgrimage path, you both showed up like rock stars. And I remember on Saraswati Day, which is the day of the goddess of learning and education and books here in Bali, on that very day, the news came from either one of you, good to go. It's published on Amazon, and I can share the link with the world, and people started buying it. It was a very exciting moment. So the writing process in of itself was very short, but the book was years in the making in my mind and in my heart. It was just a matter of getting it onto paper.
Yeah, wonderful. Would you change you were a little bit different person? Something changed within you after you published it? Was there something that shifted?
I don't know, but I do look at the book now and I'm like, oh, wow, that's a younger version of me. What I would write now would be mature and more this and that, but I'm still very happy that the book is there. And I sometimes pick it up myself and flick through it, I don't know, and just to see, oh, I liked what I was then. And yes, I'm very different now, but it still has a lot of value and an important message that I feel is going to benefit many people who read it. So that's why I still want it there. Yes, and I'm already ahead. Yes, with other books.
I find that such a nice reflection also to have our own books and to look back, oh, this is who I was back then. And now look, and it's a beautiful proof of transformation. And that's a proof of what's possible in our life.
Yes, I'm with you on that.
So if someone has a calling for a book, is there anything you would like to say to them?
Yes, write it. Of course, absolutely write it. There's nothing more important for humans than to creatively express themselves. Write it for the sake of writing it. Absolutely. And show up for that as much as you can. Make yourself available to be that channel for creativity. Sometimes I pull over on the side of the road here and I write something down. So it's because if you don't write it down, someone else will. Creativity will find an outlet. But if it's calling, you pick up the phone, I would say. Really, do it. You hear me? Do it. Don't make me come and knock on your door.
Yes, fantastic. I have 3 questions that are often the same. Apart from your book, obviously, what would be a book you would say everyone must read it?
A book everyone must read. Just one?
Of course, there is more, but if you would have to choose one.
Wholeheartedly and honestly, if I think about all the books that I've read in my life, and there's quite a few from the Roald Dahl books that just were such an influence on me when I grew up. Many books, but there's one book that's been so influential on growth. Moscow. This is the drum roll. And it still has to be the book by Eckhart Tolle, A Power of Man and A New Earth. I think those books are, even in the era that there are so many spiritual books out there, I think they're time and tested modern classics that are very accessible for everyone. That might not give you the complete truth and the complete, but they're really solid. And then for 20 years, I've known these books, and I would still say that they still ring very true to me. Excuse my wolf. Moscow.
Bring him back to the screen. Share him with us. If you had unlimited resources, what would you do within next month?
Oh, I just keep on building new earth cooking schools. I haven't talked much about this in this podcast, but we have a school, which is a playground for people to come and connect to themselves, to each other, and to the earth. We're surrounded by a hectare of food forest that we planted ourselves, and we have a huge kitchen in which we dance and sing, and sometimes we even cook in there when we're really hungry. So much more than a cooking school, and it's when I'm there and we are in full swing with a beautiful group of people doing what we're doing, it melts away all the differences between us, and it's just love. And I realized you can give me unlimited funds, I will just keep on planting fruit trees and building places like that, because all over the world. So simple as that. Because every time when we create a place like that, you create a home also for myself. But it's not a home that I possess or own, that I rule. It's more a home that I can feel a part of and contribute to along with everyone else. It's beautiful. It's like an ecosystem. It's like a reforestation. And yes.
And it felt like home when I go there. I've been there twice, and every time it was home. And I'm in touch with one of the persons actually still I met there. And so creating beautiful connections as to each other as well as to the earth, of course.
Yes, and for anyone like watching and wants to write a book, you spend time in this school, the inspiration channels are stronger from Mother Earth that likely the book will come out there. I would credit a lot of my creativity in the last 12 years here in Bali. I credit that land, which is the mother mountain land in the green heart of Bali. I credit this land because it's given me so much inspiration. So highly recommend it to come there just for that reason, to allow your creativity to come through. Absolutely.
It also, I find, helps you to put your thoughts away, right? And really what you said, let it channel, don't have all the other noise. You can just allow what wants to come through in that. Yeah. Fantastic. In your opinion, what is one thing that the world desperately needs right now, and how do we
Love, sweet
do
love.
it? How do
That's,
we,
of course, it's love.
how can we be
Yes.
more love?
Yeah, I mean, that's game over, right? Like we're in this game of dark and light, and sometimes we have to be a little bit upset with another reflection of ourselves, aka another human. And in that moment, we temporarily we're not loving, but I feel to, like, and this is what nature teaches us, because the forest is so unconditionally loving and inclusive of everyone who wants to thrive there. The rules of the ecosystem sort of balance everything out, and love just naturally pours through. But it's not romance, it's a game of birth and death, of course. And when we probably lose the fear of that, either beginnings or endings, we just start to live very presently in the moment, and love has to flourish. So yeah, the world needs more love and to face the fear of death. Good luck. It's not easy, but that's really it. Like to boldly and bravely and courageously start living in the heart and go why sing the Bon Jovi song. It's my life now or never kind of situation. Wake up with that theme song, jump on your bicycle and live and express yourself to your highest potential, because it's now or never. Because you are not going to live forever in this lifetime. Obviously, life is eternal, and you are part of this life. So, but yeah, like really, like stop holding back, stop playing small, and know that you are this unique expression of the divine. So, if we're talking about spirituality and God and divinity, to express yourself fully from that innocent, wholehearted place, I feel that's the greatest favor we can do the divine. That's better than going to church usually. It's like, bringing the church right into the world.
Yeah. Yeah. I hope
And
to
that's
that.
how.
Thank you so much for this. My last question, how can the audience, how can we serve you? Is there anything we can do for you?
Yes, obviously, anything that you want to do to support, to join the mission that I'm on, to really realign ourselves now with Mother Earth. Now is the time, and to alleviate suffering from the world by doing that. All we have to do is connect. Yeah, like today, you and I connect. Granted, I'm doing most of the talking, but it's through our connection that this thing is born into the world. So any opportunity we have to show up and connect with each other, whether it's you go to my Instagram page or something. I'm not overly active on those pages. New Earth Custodian, or check out our school, new.earth.school. And like giving and receiving becomes one. So however I can serve you with the work that I do, or with our school, with our restaurant, you receiving that and giving back, it becomes giving and receiving. So please join this movement from the place that feels good for you.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you.
Mm.
And of course, I will link to your Instagram and all, and of course your book
Yes.
as well
Put
too.
all the links
Yeah,
and
all
yeah,
the links are
and,
there
and the book. Yes,
for
amazing.
reciprocity, giving and receiving. Huh?
Yes, and thank you, Vanessa, for doing this.
Thank you.
Much appreciated. You see, we're in this together.
Absolutely. Thank you. It was very beautiful to see you and beautiful to chat. And I really look forward to sharing this.
Mm-hmm.
Thank you for joining us on Handsome Soul Stories. If today's conversation moved you, feel free to share it, subscribe, or leave a review. Wishing you all the love in the world. Until next time, keep showing up, keep creating, and keep honoring your story.